This is the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA, a weekly recap of your Philadelphia Eagles and all the news around the NFL. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by the Philadelphia Protestant Home, Rob's Automotive and Collision, SEPTA, The Capitol Grill, Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, Ventresca's Custom Clothing, Chickies and Pete's, Begley, Carlin, and Mandio Law Firm, Hand and Stone Spa, Penworth Financial Services, BCWSA, and CJ's Tire and Automotive. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Great to be with you. It is a Tuesday night, a couple of days before Thanksgiving. And I think the first thing Eagles fans have to be thankful for, Bob, is the fact that this team is 9-1 and that they were able to squeak by last Sunday in Indianapolis.
What do you need? One more win, Merrill, and you've clinched a playoff spot? I think their magic number's like 1.5.
Is it really?
Yeah, I mean, it's really low. Hey, can you pass me my water there?
Sure.
Oh, this one right here.
That's mine.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
But anyhow,
this one's got less in it. All right.
The fact of the matter is, this team has had an amazing season so far.
It sure has. And the guy that you were counting on all along is getting it done, Jalen Hurts. They don't win that game without him last week. Everybody knows that. In winning that game, he opened some more eyes on a, shall we say, national level. We know how good he is. We've seen him play, and we've seen him get overlooked. But the question was asked today of Shane Steichen that, you know, is he right there in that MVP conversation? You know, and Shane,
absolutely,
yeah, he is.
He absolutely is. I mean, the
checks all the boxes.
The quarterbacks they're talking about right now, the potential MVPs. And I say this, and it's very premature to say this.
Oh yeah,
because there are 7 games left.
10 games. Yeah.
7.
Okay.
7 to go. The Eagles are 9-1. So 7 games to go, and they come up with all these awards before the playoffs. So he has 7 games to go, but I put him right up there with the kind of season he's having with there's
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes has been
Mahomes
great.
has thrown a lot of touchdown passes.
He has.
Right? Yeah.
He has. And then also Josh Allen, although Allen did not have a good game against Minnesota.
He's slipping a little bit. Yeah, he's a little turnover prone lately. But, Mahomes, now he's played tougher competition. And there's nothing you can do about your schedule, right? But if you keep winning, and which Hurts has done, and showing up every week, he's got more wins than anybody. And I think that kind of counters a lot of those.
Well, you can only play the teams on your schedule. But if you look at what the Eagles have done, they have given, up until last week, they gave Minnesota their one loss. Now Minnesota, of course, was murdered by Dallas.
Yeah,
and Dallas has 3 losses, and one of those 3 losses is to the Eagles.
What did you think of that game with Kirk Cousins and Minnesota? Did that surprise you?
Yes.
The score surprised me, but
it surprised me that it was as one-sided as it was. But what didn't surprise me, you've seen things, and Andy Reid used to use this all the time about the avalanche, about the snowball running down the hill and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You start to go wrong, and everything goes against you. But also, you're never as bad as that score will indicate, and you're never as good as that score would indicate. I mean, I don't think there's quite a 37-point difference between Dallas and Minnesota.
No, I don't know. I don't know. The Eagles crushed Minnesota too.
Yeah, they did.
But
look, the Vikings are still a dangerous
whatever
team.
it is, when it's time for them to play a big game, they just don't show up.
Well, they used to say that about Cousins, but he has come back and had some great games. Do you remember?
Not this year.
The year after the Super Bowl and the Eagles went to play Minnesota?
Well, yeah, you know what? This year he beat Buffalo in Buffalo. So you're right. Okay.
Well, that was that is the craziest game of the year.
All right.
The way that ended up with all Josh Allen had to do was take the ball at the 1-yard line and fall forward, and he fumbled it into the end zone, and the Vikings recovered.
But there's your comeback, and he made some great throws in that game. Yeah. Okay. Merrill, this week with the Green Bay Packers coming to town, usually I would always think, well, Aaron Rodgers, you got a shot to win. I'm not so sure this week. On paper, I'm looking at this defense of the Eagles. They seem to have found something last week with the free agent additions at defensive tackle. Mm-hmm. They figured out how they can stop the run, and I think the whole defense played better. The Colts they're not a great offense, but they just couldn't get any yards after the first quarter. So that part of the equation is done. I think if the Eagles figure out how to move on from Goddard adequately, and to me, his presence was felt not just in the pass game, but in the run game.
How could it not be? I mean, that would be like taking Travis Kelce away from the
That's
Chiefs,
a good analogy.
Or George Kittle away from the 49ers, or Mark Andrews away from the Ravens. I mean, you're talking about premier tight ends. You're talking about tight ends that are not only receivers, but they're tremendous blockers. And also, if you look at Goddard, the way they screen out to him, he becomes a running back.
Right.
I mean, he is an enormous presence for this team.
Yeah. If they figure that out, I don't, this could get really interesting.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, because I'm a little skeptical, and I know that'll surprise you, but I'm wondering if Goddard is going to be back after 4 weeks. Or
I think he will be.
If it's going to be a little bit longer, is it a dislocation?
Look, right now I'm worrying about it. Do you think, we don't know for certain, but we know that after this Green Bay game, Jerome Davis or Jordan Davis Jordan Davis is eligible to come back.
Eligible, yeah.
His 4 weeks are up, and they're hoping that he's back for Tennessee.
I saw him limping around the locker room last week, but that was last week. Yeah, right.
So he has still 2 weeks to go, and it wasn't an injury, fortunately, that required surgery.
Right. I would take my time with him, but if they think he can help him, he'll be out there. That'd be interesting too. That defensive line room is already crowded.
Oh, it is.
I love.
And we have a great guest tonight who you're going to meet in just a few moments. And he came to the Eagles 2 weeks ago, and he is one of the great defensive players in the National Football League.
One of 6 guys, I think, with 100 career sacks, which is that says it all right there.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I found out a statistic today that I bet you're not aware of it.
I'll bet you I am.
Okay. All right. The Eagles have 2 players right now with 7 sacks or more. Okay, that's
right.
Javon Hargrave
right.
And our good friend Hassan Reddick.
Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
When was the last time the Eagles, after just 10 games, when is the last time the Eagles had 2 players after 10 games with 7 or more sacks each? And who were those 2 players?
Was it 2004?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Brad Dawson, who is out there enjoying his dinner, gave
you're right.
Maybe Fletcher Cox. No. How about?
Give me a clue.
How about going back to 1991, and the 2 players were Reggie White and Clyde Simmons.
Wow.
1991. Wow. Last time after 10 games, 2 players on the Eagles had 7 sacks.
One of the best defenses of all time.
Well, they were Bud Carson's defense.
You could sell tickets just to watch them play defense.
Number 1 against the run, number 1 against the pass, and number 1 overall. So that was quite a team.
This defense, considering how the game has changed, this Eagles defense, it's pretty good.
It is good.
I mean, I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit but based on what I saw last week, it's all relative. I think it's pretty good.
Well, and it seems like the one area that had to be shored up was against the run, and they did that last week with the additions of Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh.
That was night and day, and you got to give Howie Roseman credit for that.
You do.
I mean, bringing those guys in, and it also helped. Hurts also helped get those guys.
So I was kidding.
After
going out and getting those guys. So what you do now is with the problem you're having with tight end without Goddard, you just pick up the phone and call Gronk. Bring back Rob Gronkowski.
He would never betray Tom Brady.
Well, it's not only that. Yeah. When you think about it, he can't just come. I mean, he's not a free agent.
Oh, he's
still property of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So they would have to actually make a deal to get him. But that would be an interesting replacement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it sure would.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I like your creativity, Merrill.
Well,
you're
just
still
just
working,
thinking
yeah.
ahead. But this is a great roster right now. And if you look at the players who've been added to this roster, right before the season, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Oh my goodness, what a pickup that was.
Yeah, you hear a lot of stuff about and about Slay and Bradbury, and they're having pretty good seasons. Slay is he's having his problems lately, but
He's
I
fine.
think so.
He's
Okay,
fine.
but if anybody in that secondary deserves to go to the Pro Bowl, it's C.J. It's Chauncey Gardner Johnson.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
He's still leading the league with six interceptions.
sacks.
Yeah, interceptions. Yeah,
And it was 6
Yeah.
interceptions. I mean, yeah.
Unbelievable. And he had, I think it was 12 stops in that game against the Colts.
Yeah.
And they were tough tackles.
Well, I'm going to tell you who else had a great game, and we've had him here as a
TJ?
guest. TJ.
Yeah.
TJ Edwards was all over the field. And you know what else he had a great game?
He had double digits, too.
He had a great game when the Eagles played Monday Night Football against the Vikings. He completely took Dalvin Cook out of that game.
Yeah.
But they seem to be never more than a few feet apart.
And Jordan Davis did, too.
Yes.
Because Dalvin Cook looked at Jordan, and then he figured, I'll go out this way.
Yeah.
And which was kind of the effect. But, and speaking of just those defensive tackles again, there were a couple of shots in that game where the TV showed replays of Linval Joseph, two-gap, and just holding a blocker there. There was another blocker over there where he's just holding the guy up and giving the runner a choice of going here or breaking it outside. It was kind of like he was in the interior, but he was setting the edge. And it was like just really, really smart. I can't remember the last guy on the Eagles, and they've had a lot of smart defensive linemen, but that could read blocks like that. And Gannon was talking about that today. Just amazing. Down and distance, reading the blockers, and based on the block, knowing what the play's going to be. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and
I think they're well prepared too. I think Jonathan Gannon,
he was only there for a week,
Jonathan Gannon
not even a
has
week,
done a great job. He's a good.
All right, to me that's
coordinator.
experience, and the guy that we'll be talking to tonight, Robert Quinn, a lot of experience too.
Oh, absolutely.
Watching his highlights tape from 2021 is a treat.
It really is. Just an outstanding player. Just a great guy, too, and we're going to have him with us in just a matter of moments. Okay, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to be back with our very special guest, one of the great defensive players in the National Football League, Robert Quinn, right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Dine in for these amazing fall specials. Wednesday is crab night. 2 pounds of snow crab legs, $49.99. Or mix it up with 2 pounds of snow crab legs and 4 hard shells for $79.99. Thursdays are for the birds. Whatever the Eagles score on Sunday, you get to save on wings at Chicky and Pete's on Thursday. Plus, limited time fall specials, including bomb pork belly tacos and the garlic truffle burger. Wash it down with our pear elderflower mule or apple cider old fashioned. Chickies and Pete's.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. More people are online every day to check and pay their bills. Now you can have your BCWSA utility bill delivered electronically. Enrollment couldn't be easier. Just go to bcwsa.net or call 800-222-2068. With electronic billing, you have control to see your bills whenever you want and enjoy the convenience of viewing and printing up to 13 months of your previous bills. Best of all, the service is free. Sign up for e-billing at bcwsa.net. BCWSA, prove it.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Enjoy a world of Italian wine and cuisine in nearby Philadelphia at Grand Cafe La Colla. This Italian landmark cafe offers a wide variety of Italian options for both lunch and dinner, and before you leave, try their award-winning gelatos. Offering an online market for your favorite meats, cheeses, coffee, and much more, it's Grand Cafe La Colla website at grandcafelacolla.com. Call them today at 215-568-5600. That's 215-568-5600. 888-866-600 or visit them at their flagship location at 1716 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. The world of Italian cuisine is only a 30-minute drive away at Grand Cafe La Cola.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
Fall into relaxation at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. For an introductory price of just $69.95, enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. They even have specialty services such as a pumpkin facial or their signature hot stone massage. Restore, relax, and reset at one of Hand and Stone's 57 locations in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, for an introductory price of just $69.95. Call or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
All tires aren't the same, and neither are all tire dealers. Michelin Tires offer safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. B.F. Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Trust the tire experts at CJ's Tire and Automotive in Fairless Hills. They'll get you in and out in no time, and their everyday low prices on B.F. Goodrich and Michelin tires can't be beat. CJ's Tire and Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable.
Don't hang out alone in the man cave this football season. Hang out at Cheerleaders with sexy entertainers, $4 Miller Lights, Jameson specials, and awesome game day prizes during all Sunday and Monday football games. Stop in before, during, or after the game to see your favorite entertainers and your chance to win an awesome game day prize. The most epic game day experience is at Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, where champions play. Open daily from noon till 2 a.m.
Have you or a family member been involved in an accident? If so, you need to call an experienced lawyer you can trust. You need to call the personal injuries lawyers at Velter, Urofsky, Zoftis, and Sokolson. If you or someone you know has been in an automobile, motorcycle, truck, slip and fall, or drunk driving accident, contact Velter, Urofsky, Zoftis, and Sokolson. Call 215-969-3004. Again, that number is 215-969-3004. 3004.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are here at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. Great to have you with us on this Tuesday night. It is an honor to have this gentleman with us as a guest. Robert Quinn, one of the great defensive players in the National Football League. Robert is in his 12th year, and he's coming off of a season where he had 18 and a half sacks last year. That had to be amazing, Robert. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Boy, last year had to be an amazing feeling, huh?
Wasn't too bad. Like you said, 18 and a half and breaking the team's single season sack record is a good little notch on the belt.
Yeah, although it wasn't your record. That's the funny thing that I found out you had a record before. In 2013 with the Rams, you had 19 sacks.
Yeah. Well, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but you didn't forget how to sack people.
No, that kind of keeps me around.
Yeah. What was your experience like? First of all, you came out of the University of North Carolina.
Yep.
You were the 14th player picked in the first round of the draft.
Uh-huh.
Did you know you were going? You had to know you were going in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great feeling. funny story. I thought I was going to get drafted higher, so I was a little upset about that.
Really?
But, had high expectations for myself, but still go first round. With everything I went through, it's hard to complain.
First half of the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, it was special again to get drafted, regardless what round. It's a special moment. So,
What was
14
Steve
overall.
Spagnuolo the coach then?
Yep,
Of the
he's
Rams.
head coach of the Rams. Yep.
Now he didn't last long there though, right?
Well, he was just there my rookie year for me, but he was there. I'm not sure how many years before me,
but not many. I think he lasted 3 years or something. Now who followed him?
Jeff Fisher.
Oh, you had Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher, yeah.
Now there is another guy.
That was Merrill's golfing buddy. Yeah.
Well, I've known Jeff Fisher for 100 years.
Okay.
But when this was a long time ago, but he was here with Buddy Ryan, Rex Ryan's dad.
Yeah.
Late Buddy Ryan, and Jeff was a secondary coach, and then when Wade Phillips left, he became the defensive coordinator, and then we went out to San Francisco after that. Jeff was a really good coach.
Yeah.
Didn't you feel that way?
No, I love Jeff. He made it very player friendly. Had I wanted the players, step up, play to our highest level, but he made it fun around there. Because sometimes the days can be dragging, but he figured out a way to keep it lively and guys smiling regardless of what we were going through or what our record was.
Yeah, when he was in Tennessee. He was in Tennessee before he was in St. Louis.
Yeah.
He had that team within 1 yard of winning a Super Bowl. He had a wide receiver by the name of Kevin Dyson who caught the ball and was tackled at the 1 yard line as time ran out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, absolutely. I was there. Yeah. Eddie George had a big game, and of course, Air McNair. I mean, he
Hard
gave
not to love him.
Yeah, he gave him a chance every time they got on the field.
Well, 1 yard short, huh?
Yeah.
1 yard short, but see,
Who was the linebacker who made that tackle? Clark? Well, what was his name?
But the coach of the Rams was a very good friend of mine and a former Eagle coach, Dick Vermeil, who just went into the Hall of Fame.
That's pretty good when you get a gold jacket, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good when you get a gold jacket. Dick deserved it. And he lives in this area, back in this area.
Okay,
I'm sure you'll meet him. In fact, he'll be at the game on Sunday. Sunday is Hall of Fame day for the Eagles. And actually, the two people who are coming into the Hall of Fame this year are two other Eagles defensive ends. One is Trent Cole. Do you remember him at all?
Number 58.
Yes.
Speed rusher.
Yes, that's what he was. Trent Cole. And the other guy who is going in is
Hugh Douglas.
Hugh
right?
Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember Hugh Douglas?
Yes, sir.
Hugh Douglas. Hugh used to always say, "I just work here."
Yeah.
Every time you asked him a question, yeah.
It sounds like something I'll say.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. So it's at halftime. They're going to go down on the. They're going to have a whole ceremony on the field. I have to run out of the broadcast booth. They'll have an elevator waiting, and we'll go. Mike Quick, who does the games with me. We'll go down on the field for a few seconds, then go up to the booth once again.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that both defensive ends, are going into the Eagles Hall of Fame this time. Amazing. So you worked with both Jeff Fisher, and you had Steve Spagnuolo, and now how long did Jeff stay? Was he there the rest of your stay?
From my second year to my 6th year, so however many years that is. Then in 2017, that's when McVay, Fisher was let go and McVay came over. So from 12 to 16, I had Fisher. So, yeah, good little
So you had Sean McVay.
My last year there,
yeah. And then he went out to the Rams.
McVay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McVay went out to the Rams, became the head coach.
Right.
And the interesting thing, I can't imagine that the Rams, who looked so dominant in the Super Bowl last year, are right now 3-7. They're in last place in the AFC West. I mean, in the West, yeah.
Yeah.
They are in last place in the NFC West. The Rams. I can't imagine the Rams going from the penthouse to whatever you would call it. But they're a mess this year. I don't understand it.
I'm not in the locker room. I can't speak a whole lot about it. I mean, like you said, they're 3-7. I'm sure they're disappointed about the record, but I'm not in the locker room to speak much about it.
Then you went to Miami. How was that year?
It was interesting. Again, everything happened kind of fast. Got to reconnect with one of my best friends, Will Hayes and Akeem Spence. So got to reconnect with a few guys and had a good time hanging out with them and
was Sue
just
there?
playing. No.
Okay.
Cam Wake was.
Okay.
So still a pretty good little squad.
Who was the head coach that year?
Gase, Adam Gase.
Adam Gates. Oh, Adam Gates, yeah. Yeah, he was actually interviewed for the Eagles' head coaching job when they chose Doug Peterson, who, as it turned out, took the Eagles to and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Great
Allegedly,
decision, right?
they offered him the job. I mean, that's allegedly. Yeah.
But
Gase.
I guess they made the right decision.
Yeah, I'd say they made the right decision. Now, I hate to say this because Eagles fans don't like the mention of the name, but you did spend 1 year in Dallas.
Yeah.
One year as a Cowboy. And that was with Jason Garrett, of course.
Yeah.
How was that?
Well, I'm sure they won't like to hear this either, but I was a Cowboys fan growing up.
Were you really? Okay.
So, I'm sure they might not. I probably shouldn't have said
No,
that.
you can say that all you see. Here's the thing.
He didn't drive.
No. Here's the thing.
He got a ride.
Eagles fans don't hate Cowboys fans unless they grew up in Philadelphia. See, there's a whole group of Cowboys fans who did not grow up any place near the Cowboys, and because when they were growing up, they saw the Cowboys were called America's team, and they hitched themselves to the Dallas Cowboys. And see, that to me is a character flaw. If you grow up there and you're someplace else and you become a Cowboys fan, fine, good luck. But not just to pick a team because they happen to be winning at this time. And of course, there were years and years that went by where the Eagles were getting their faces rubbed in the dirt by the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but, showed up at a good time. Well, at least from my end, showed up at a good time. The funny story, my younger brother is an Eagles fan, so
is he?
He was pretty hyped the move happened for me. So
how did he become an Eagles fan?
I still don't know either. I still don't know myself. I just know he turned to Eagle fan, and go Birds ever since.
This is nice. When did you start playing football? When you were how old?
With pads?
With pads.
7th grade.
Seventh grade.
I actually started playing. I was playing corner, DB, and really didn't play at all my first year. I mean, I think I played in one game, and I was with like a minute left in the fourth quarter. So it was a humble beginnings. And, here I am now.
And then you picked it up from there, obviously, and continued to grow. Did you love the game when you first started?
Still do. That
I know you do.
If you don't, you'll drive yourself crazy playing this game, or your production won't be any good. So you gotta love it to stick around.
You were a skateboarder too, right?
Yes, sir.
A really good skateboarder. I was reading some stories. Yeah. How did that happen? I mean,
just the kids in the neighborhood, started bringing out skateboards. So I wanted one, and that was what the neighborhood kids were doing, and so skateboarding was my hobby. I actually thought I was going to go pro in skateboarding.
Really?
And,
you could make some money doing that. Yeah, right. So you watch all that competition, right, when it's on TV?
Whenever I can. If I see it on, I'll stop by.
Can you still skateboard?
I can do a little bit. I don't think it's good right now that I'm on the job. But,
Yeah, I think there are safer ways to spend your off hours.
I'll just play the video game.
I love hearing you say that you love to play football. And the reason I love to hear you say that is because it's been my theory for a long time that there is so much pain in this sport, so much risk in this sport. The practices, in all honesty, used to be a little bit different. When I was starting out as a broadcaster and Dick Vermeil was the head coach, they had two-a-days in training camp. And they were pads both times, and they would hit, and you would be out there in the 100-degree heat, come in, have lunch, and then you're back there on the field. Today, of course, the Players Association and the collective bargaining agreement has specified how much practice, how much hitting, how much contact.
And may I interrupt? The average career is about 10 years longer,
Your microphone is cutting.
Sorry about that.
That's it.
Take a break.
Okay, we have to take a break.
All right.
We'll get right back to it. We will take a break. We will be back with Robert Quinn right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicken Pete's Incredible Crab Specials Wednesdays this fall. 2 pounds of snow crab legs for $49.99 or 2 pounds of snow crab legs and 4 hard shells for $79.99. Thursdays is Chicken Pete's Go Birds Wing Special. Whatever the Eagles score on Sunday, get that percentage off your wings on Thursday. Higher score, bigger discount. Plus, our fall specialty menu with the mouth-watering garlic truffle burger and B-Dog Impact Nachos. Enjoy a pumpkin shandy or a smoked apple cider margarita. Chickies and Pete's.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
For more than 125 years, the Philadelphia Protestant Home has been family to seniors living independently or in personal care and skilled nursing. PPH also provides peace of mind, security to eligible residents who no longer can afford their living expenses. PPH offers spacious studio 1 and 2 bedroom apartments with balcony, patio, and garden view options. Call now to schedule a tour, 215-697-8000, or visit us on the web at pphfamily.org. At PPH, we're family.
Enjoy a world of Italian wine and cuisine in nearby Philadelphia at Grand Cafe La Cola. This Italian landmark cafe offers a wide variety of Italian options for both lunch and dinner, and before you leave, try their award-winning gelatos. Offering an online market for your favorite meats, cheeses, coffee, and much more, it's Grand Cafe La Cola website at grandcafelacola.com. Call them today at 215-568-5600. That's 215-568-5600. Or visit them at their flagship location at 1716 Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. The world of Italian cuisine is only a 30-minute drive away at Grand Cafe La Cola.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com.
Fall into relaxation at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. For an introductory price of just $69.95, enjoy the tranquility of their massage services and the rejuvenating glow their facial services provide. They even have specialty services such as a pumpkin facial or their signature hot stone massage. Restore, relax, and reset at one of Hand and Stone's 57 locations in Delaware, South Jersey, and Philadelphia, including the Lehigh Valley, for an introductory price of just $69.95. Call or book online at handandstone.com. Restrictions apply. See spa for details.
A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
When an Eagles player gets hurt, the team takes care of him. When you get hurt, the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will take care of you. They understand that a severe accident can be a life-altering event. You need a reliable teammate to fight for you. The attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio will get you great results. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Contact them today at 215-750-0110 for a free consultation. 215-750-0110 for a reliable ally that's on your side. Planning to go to the game? Give LimoToday.com a call. You'll get to the game and back safely and in style. Why worry about the traffic and parking when you can relax and let LimoToday.com do the driving for you and your friends? And if you book a 5-hour trip with LimoToday.com, you'll get the 6-hour free. From sedans to minibuses to vans and stretch limos, let LimoToday.com get you to the game. Give them a call at 1-866-LIMO-TODAY. That's 1-866-LIMO-TODAY.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And we are back at Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. It is time now for this week's injury review, brought to you by the attorneys at Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Contact them today for a free consultation at 215-806-3689. That is 215-806-3689. Dr. Grotz.
Okay, we have Jordan Davis. He's going to miss another game, defensive tackle. And I'm not so sure that it's going to be just one more game. I'm guessing it'll be at least 2 more.
But you're guessing?
Yeah, but it's a guess, yeah. He has to miss at least 1 more. Avonte Maddox has to miss a couple more games, and I think we saw the absence of him being felt a little bit out there. They like Josiah Scott, but Avonte Maddox is a really quality.
He is a real Pro Bowl caliber
nickelback, absolutely. And the guy that well, everybody knew they were going to miss this guy, but I think they showed that they missed him on both sides of the ball, the pass game and the run game. Dallas Goedert, 3 more weeks. If everything goes absolutely right.
Right.
If he's kind of right on schedule. So, but outside of that, they got out of that game pretty well, pretty healthy.
Well, thank goodness. Again, this week's injury review has been brought to you by Begley, Carlin, and Mandio. Robert Quinn is our guest. Robert Quinn, one of the great defensive players in the National Football League. And Robert, have you enjoyed getting to know your new teammates?
I have. They made it very welcoming. Again, the transition happened pretty fast, but they again made it very welcoming. Walking into the locker room, again, just embraced me with open arms, and again, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but it really just made the transition, very easy for me as possible. So,
well, it is a good group of guys. It really is. It's not just a cliche to say that. I've been with a lot of teams, but this is one of the really best group of people, and I think there's a real chemistry here where everybody roots for everybody else, and if you don't do that, you're not 9-1.
You got a very good point there. We had a coach, actually Coach Waffle is his name. He had a saying, brotherhood of men. And we all come from different backgrounds, different places, but in that room we become like brothers. And
yes,
well, I think that's why you get the results that we've been getting.
Hey, you broke Richard Dent, his sacks record with the Bears. Yeah, did you know him at all? Because did you know that he played with the Eagles?
Well, I knew who he was, yes.
Okay, but, at the end of his career?
But that, no, I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. How well did you know him? Did you watch his style or anything? Or?
Well, I just, of course.
I think you guys have a similar style.
Of course, the name in that building is very much well respected. So, of course, know the name and, growing up, hear the name, but I didn't, I won't lie and say I was.
Sure, but those were the great Buddy Ryan 1986 Bears, the world champions.
Yeah, I wasn't born yet.
No, you weren't born yet. But another member of that team.
He wasn't born, I don't think. Yeah.
Another member of that team, Bob, is an NFL head coach right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ron Rivera.
Okay.
He was
linebacker.
Ron Rivera was a linebacker on that team. And then I got to know Ron because he came here when Andy Reid came in. Mm-hmm. Ron Rivera was brought in as his linebacker coach.
Okay.
I think if
and
you're
then
around,
Leslie Frazier, yeah.
Leslie Frazier was part of that team.
A really good coach. Yeah.
And he's the defensive coordinator of the Bills.
Yeah.
So if you're around now, this is my 46th year doing the play-by-play.
The Bears migrated to Philadelphia.
Listen, are you kind of a football historian? Do you read about or know about the players who were stars before you were into football?
Because I believe so.
Because if I may brag, so forgive me for bragging, I had a very close friend, a very, very close friend. We would go out with our wives together. I would do a show with him on Friday nights, and he is considered by many the greatest defensive end of all time, and I'm talking about Reggie White.
Yes, sir.
You know about Reggie White?
Defensive end or defensive player?
Well, yeah, well, technically in the lineup it said defensive end,
Yeah.
but Reggie was moving all over the place.
Yeah, no, I know his story. You know, of course, know some of his stats. I know, you know. So, Clyde Simmons, who played alongside of him, you know, actually, you know, spent some time, was a coach on with the Rams.
Clyde was.
So
Clyde is a great guy, number 96.
Yes, sir.
He was 96, and Reggie was 92.
Yeah, and Wilbert Montgomery was a coach on the Rams too.
Yeah.
He's a really great guy.
Yeah.
I like Wilbert.
So I guess I got some Eagles connections.
Yes, you do.
Reggie White loved to do imitations. He had a Merrill imitation. He did. He had a Rodney Dangerfield. He'd have imitations of all the writers, you know, and it was hilarious.
And then the Eagles, that Eagles team had a great nose tackle. Now I don't know. He was in and out of the league. He was a great star at the University of Miami, and he came to the Eagles, and he was just the most passionate guy you ever met. And he died tragically in an automobile accident. His name was Jerome Brown. Did you know of Jerome Brown?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, sad story. I mean, yeah, it's just, you know, one of those unfortunate events. I know we all got our day, but you know,
Robert, you had a challenge, right? When you were in high school? Yeah.
I have a few of them. But,
yeah,
you know.
I mean, I was reading about that. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you needed to have an emergency procedure and pulled out of it. Yeah.
Pulled out of it. Yeah. But, you know, grace of God. You know. Yeah. It was a scary event. You know. Yeah. Discovered I have a brain tumor. 17.
Oh my!
Is that what it was? Okay.
Told I had a week to live, and
really.
12 years later. Well, 12 years in the NFL later. Still going.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Well,
I mean,
I am surprised that after having a brain tumor that you were allowed to play football again, or was it that clear that you were fine?
Well, it was a long waiting process, you know, making sure everything healed up. You know, but, you know, as being a youngin, started, you know, working out early than I was supposed to. And long story short, got cleared, went back to wrestling in high school, and didn't ever let it slow me down. So,
boy, that's amazing. You're a courageous man.
Yeah, I mean
you really are. That's amazing to hear
that puts
a story like that.
That puts a new light on everything, right?
Well, you know, when you're, I mean, I hate to say it, like when you're that close, you know, and you get a second chance, you know, you got a million reasons to smile.
Well, you have a million reasons to smile, and you have a million reasons to make every minute count, not to waste a day, not to waste an hour. One of the things Nick Sirianni says, and he uses this expression to us every day, we talk to him, he said he wants the players to get 1% better every day. And I heard another coach used to say to me, Dick Vermeil used to say, if you don't get better, you get worse. You get worse. In this game, you've got to do everything to get better.
Yeah, you always got to fine-tune your craft, you know, because everyone else doing it. And, you know, like you said, if you get one day behind, one play behind, one step behind, especially as a D lineman, if you're one step behind, you can, you know, start messing up the defense. And so just like the little details, like you said, just got to hone in on those and never get complacent about it.
You know, we're talking about coaches, but Robert's defensive line coach was one of the most famous college defensive linemen in the history of college football, and that is Tracy Rocker.
Oh yeah, no, Coach Rock. Yeah,
Coach Rock.
Yeah, he's a great man.
Isn't he?
He keeps it lively. You know,
he's got some good stories, I'll bet.
Yeah, there's a few. Now, I'm still, I guess since you said it, I'm gonna go ask him, you know, what some more of his great stories.
Well, his college career, I believe, was at Auburn.
Yeah,
where he's in the Auburn Hall of Fame.
So,
but a great player. And his son, do you know he has a son who's one of the top Major League Baseball pitching prospects in the country?
I think I heard him bragging about that a few times, you know, which is much well respected. You know, when you have, you know, if one is your son, then, you know, he's playing that well to be a top prospect. You got all the right to brag, you know, so can't be mad at him for that.
You have a handsome family with you here tonight. and you have your young son. He looks like he's got a little bit of size and could head in this direction. Would you like him to play football?
He do whatever he wants to do. You know, I got my other two over there as well. My oldest son plays baseball. I don't know what my daughter want to do, so whatever they feel like doing. As long as they're doing something, I really don't
Do any
care.
of them skateboard?
I don't think they. I don't think that's going to be their sport. But let me not talk too soon.
Yeah, we'll find out what your signature move is. We have to take a break.
Take a break? Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Robert Quinn right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we know Saturdays in the fall are special. Why? College football. And we have you covered with food and drink specials and the best in-game experience to watch your team or the college football game of the week. Come watch Penn State, Temple, Villanova, Notre Dame, Texas, Michigan, Georgia, and more. College football Saturdays are special at Chickies and Pete's.
Former Philly Tommy Green, and here's the pitch. More people are online every day to check and pay their bills. Now you can have your BCWSA utility bill delivered electronically. Enrollment couldn't be easier. Just go to bcwsa.net or call 800-222-2068. With electronic billing, you have control to see your bills whenever you want and enjoy the convenience of viewing and printing up to 13 months of your previous bills. Best of all, the service is free. Sign up for e-billing at bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs. A flawless occasion begins at the Capitol Grill. From the moment you step into the Capitol Grill, located in the heart of Center City, the experience is one of comfortable elegance. Whether you're looking to host a private affair, a perfect lunch stop, or dinner destination, start your occasion at the Capitol Grill today. Visit thecapitolgrill.com or call 215-545-9588. That's 215-545-9588 for the Capitol Grill, Center City.
Ventresca Limited, the Delaware Valley men's store, is located in historic Doylestown. For casual clothing in denim to business suits and tuxedos, Ventresca Limited has a large selection you have to see to believe. The experienced and knowledgeable sales staff can show you the many brand labels that have made Ventresca Limited in Doylestown a must for men concerned about their image. Select from Canali, Brax Jeans, Hickey Freeman, Johnson Murphy Footwear, and much more. Custom alterations are free. Visit Ventresca Limited on the web at ventresca.com. The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Some years we fly high. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. On the way to the tailgate, coin toss, and kickoff, the Broad Street line takes us from home to home field, and this season home free thanks to Bet Parks. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home. Sponsored by Bet Parks at iSEPTAPhilly.com.
At Penn Community Bank, we're your financial partner for all of life's moments. Our checking accounts are designed with you in mind, providing convenient access and 5-star mobile and online banking services to help you achieve your goals. Right now, you can earn a $350 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offers subject to change. As for full details, member FDIC.
Don't hang out alone in the man cave this football season. Hang out at Cheerleaders with sexy entertainers, $4 Miller Lights, Jameson specials, and awesome game day prizes during all Sunday and Monday football games. Stop in before, during, or after the game to see your favorite entertainers and your chance to win an awesome game day prize. The most epic game day experience is at Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, where champions play. Open daily from noon till 2 a.m.
All tires aren't the same, and neither are all tire dealers. Michelin tires offer safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Trust the tire experts at CJ's Tire and Automotive in Fairless Hills. They'll get you in and out in no time, and their everyday low prices on BF Goodrich and Michelin tires can't be beat. CJ's Tire and Automotive. Better, faster, and more affordable.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, Delaware County Times Birds reporter Bob Grotz and voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, Merrill Reese.
And back we are, Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. It is time now for this week's Penworth Financial Keys to the Game. The key to your financial future is Penworth Financial. Call them today at 267-997-4503 or visit Penworth.com.
I have your first key here.
Okay.
I just get an early lead. They usually defer. The Eagles usually defer. Do you know they're 9-1 on coin flips?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is amazing. But get a lead early, and rush the passer. Rush Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod. That place will go nuts.
Okay.
One sack of him, and they'll be able to. They'll all feed off of that. So get a lead early and get the pass rush going.
Okay, maybe throw in a third.
You got those black helmets too?
Yeah, they're going to wear black uniforms with black helmets for the first time. I call them the Black Knights of the Schuylkill, after the Army team that used to be the Black Knights of the Hudson. Okay. So we have the Black Knights of the Schuylkill.
The black water of the Schuylkill.
Neat uniforms.
That water's dirty.
Robert Quinn is our guest. Robert, you came here after the Eagles had already played 7 games this season. Yeah. What is it like to join a team in mid-season?
A whirlwind. It's a whirlwind. Picking up, transitioning to a whole new city with the family. It's a headache at first, but as we get settled, and again, as I said before, the locker room and all that, and even the organization has made the transition as easy as possible. With everything being had, but again, that's just part of the business. You figure it out on the fly and make the most out of it.
Now, I wouldn't imagine they do anything with your technique. Your technique is something that you've been doing for 12 years. So it's most of it the adjustment, the mental part, learning their terminology?
For me, that's a huge part. Again, terminology, play calls, assignments on plays, checks, all that type of stuff. So, I got to play, triple duty, catching up and perform on the field as well. So, not an excuse, just I guess raising my level of expectation or whatever you may have it. But, yeah.
I think you have more sacks of Aaron Rodgers, too, than anybody on this team. Yeah. So you think the guys are going to come up and ask you a couple of things about him, what he likes to do, or?
Don't give him time,
Okay. You can't give him time.
We trust the secondary is going to, lock down the receivers and don't slow down, just go after him like any other quarterback, rattle it, hit him early and then, try to just keep him rattled.
Does he talk? Has he ever said anything to you after a hit or?
Somewhat, but he kind of smiles or starts yelling at the O-line more versus me. So,
yeah.
But of course, the quarterback he is, he sometimes sets them on fire, and he can put up some good numbers after that too.
Have you gone after Mahomes yet?
I don't think I got that one checked off.
No, I don't mean that you've sacked him, but you've played against him. You've played Kansas City.
With him as a quarterback?
Yeah, with him as a quarterback.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
I think the last time I played was with Alex Smith as quarterback, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, before he became the starter.
Yeah.
Now, aren't you glad you don't have to pass rush Jalen Hurts? Isn't he something?
This is a good question. Yeah.
Well, yes, you're right. He's my quarterback, putting up great numbers. So I'm happy to be on his side and his production. So, yes, it's a good thing.
There are so many good things about him, and he is a leader. Yeah. And the guys on this team really seem to revere him, love being around him. Have you gotten to know him at all?
Yeah, he's again, I'm not on offense,
of
but
course.
We say, hey, what's up? But like his you can tell by his presence, the way he carries himself, and like you said, the way people respect him and approach him. It just shows the character and leadership that he has, and especially early in his career. So it can only get better from here.
Yeah, and he's so dedicated.
You sacked Russell Wilson, right? And
Yes, sir.
and Baker Mayfield. He's gotten a lot of the mobile guys. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that's part of my job. So,
Yeah. But I mean, that's not easy. The guys that run around, yeah.
Now, in your career, you are now over the 100 mark. Over 100 sacks in your career. I don't know how many people can make that claim.
Not a whole. I
Not
think
a
it's
whole
less
lot.
than 100.
I got that number right here.
What is it?
6.
6.
Yeah.
So you are one of 6 people in the history of the National Football League to have passed the 100 mark in sacks. I mean, that is very, very commendable. I mean, that's remarkable.
Again, I was just doing my job. I'm having fun with the fellas and just doing my job. So I guess with longevity, I guess it adds up over time.
We need to start doing our picks.
Oh, do we? We
got 4 minutes.
We have 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
This hour has.
This is our
whizzed
4-minute
by.
offense.
Okay. We pick games of not involving the Eagles. No points or anything like that. By the way, we were both.
We keep track. I'm crushing him on the season.
I am 40. I am 42 and 29. You are 40 and 31. So there. All right. Here we go. Thanksgiving Day. The Bills. And the Bills have who do they have? Oh, the Bills have the Lions. Okay, Bills at the Lions. Okay. Bills. Okay, what do you think, Robert?
Bills.
3 for the Bills. Okay.
That was a tough game you picked out there. Yeah.
Giants. Well, let me tell you something. The Lions are getting better. Lions have won 3 in a row.
You're
All right.
right.
Giants at Dallas. Any hope?
No.
Dallas.
3 for Dallas.
3 for Dallas. Yeah. Okay. The Patriots at the Vikings. Patriots came back and beat the Jets.
I'm going Vikings.
You're going Vikings.
I'm going Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings, too.
I'm going Vikings, too.
Yeah.
Atlanta, they're a team that has picked it up. They're above 500. Washington has come out of nowhere. Under Taylor Heineke, they have won 4 of their last 5 games. Who is Robert Quinn selecting?
Atlanta.
Bobby.
I'll go with Washington.
I'm going with Washington, rooting for Atlanta. Okay, Denver at Carolina.
Denver at Carolina. Let's go Carolina.
Carolina,
go
Bob.
Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
Close to the home state.
Yeah. Okay, 3 for Carolina. New Orleans at San Francisco.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Let's get another game.
San Francisco?
SFO, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Let's make some controversy then. Put me down for New Orleans.
Okay. Okay. We'll do that.
All right.
We'll do that. All right.
Sure.
You
Yeah,
know what?
all right.
Here's the thing, though. With the Eagles, we root for New Orleans to lose every game.
Okay. Well,
Actually,
then
they're
let's
hot.
change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because you know why? Because the Eagles own the Saints' first draft pick. So
Gotcha.
with
In
every
2023,
every Saints loss, the Eagles move further up in the draft.
You know,
order.
they do have some momentum.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Bears at the Jets.
Ooh. I'm taking the Bears.
You're taking the Bears. Okay.
I got to go with the Bears.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Bears. And the Monday night game, pretty interesting, actually. The Steelers at Indianapolis.
That is interesting.
It is.
Yeah.
My dad's a Steeler fan, so I'm
You're going to go with
I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Steelers. And you're going to go with the
Steelers, yeah.
And I'm going to pick Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I think they're playing pretty hard for Jeff
I think
Saturday.
Matt Ryan turns 44 that day.
Yeah. Well, we are fresh out of time. Robert Quinn, you're a great player and you're a great guy, and we thank you for coming here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of fun.
And we will be back here next week. Thanks to Chris Irmer, our engineer, and thanks to our executive producer, Brad Dawson. For all of us, good night, everyone.
You've been listening to the Pro Football Report, presented by BCWSA. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490 AM, as well as 107.3 FM, and heard around the world at WBCB1490.com.